Made a jump.
We're recording.
Watching the clock.
It's time.
The meeting to order. I
pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America
and to the republic
for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Right. Updates to the agenda. We have 3 so far. The CUD representative appointment, Random Vale Road naming, library staffing discussion. Anything else?
I don't think so.
Anybody
have.
else? Okay. So the first thing on our agenda is the select board appointment, which is still pending. Follow the same format. Go around the room. Does anyone have thoughts on select board? Might give.
I'm fine. I'll make the motion as soon as possible. I'm fine. I'm satisfied with everything that's going on. That's like,
So what motion are you making?
I'll make a motion that I appoint Bruce Webster for a 1-year select board seat vacant by Greg Mann until the next annual town meeting.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, let's vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, carries.
Welcome, Bruce.
Thank you.
If we're gonna give it 30 seconds for Teresa to take care of the official part.
Raise, no, you don't have to, you can sit.
Oh,
Do you solemnly
sorry.
swear that you will be true and faithful to the state of Vermont and will not directly or indirectly do any act or thing injurious to the Constitution of the government thereof? So help you God under the pains and penalties of perjury.
I do.
And do you solemnly swear that you will faithfully execute the office of select board for the state of Vermont and will therein do equal right and justice to all the persons to the best of your judgment and ability according to the law, so help you God under the pains and penalties of perjury?
I do.
I need you to sign right there and right there.
Welcome to the board.
Thank you.
Well,
I think. We're
Yep.
roommates now, Bill.
Okay, so any public comment?
I'm glad it's full.
Yes, very much.
Nice, but good, and nice.
Okay, no public on the online, so we will go on to the road department update and the salt shed discussion. Start with road department update.
So we're all set with the salt shed thing. Joel is gonna get the paper. I went and had a conversation with Robbie the other day because I'm gonna start hauling sand here soon. And he was telling me they're not supposed to let us put salt in the shed anymore. But Joel has a paper that basically says that the salt shed is on the town property, so.
Okay. So we don't have to build one today?
A written agreement, yep. But we just been at the shop. We've been doing maintenance on all the trucks and all the equipment, getting stuff painted up, looking nice. Shops organized and tidied up. Been out on the grader, trying to dry up the wet spots and smooth out the potholes good as we can for this time of year. Seems to be going all right. Both new guys are doing well. I think they're enjoying it. Yeah, that's good.
When was Kurt's start date?
Monday, 14th. We went and looked at your sign, your speed, or the speed limit sign that you brought up. And we're gonna have to,
Your sign.
we're gonna have to move it because the solar panel doesn't go up far enough. So we're gonna have to move it 100 yards down the road there to where,
Better.
yeah, it's open down there. It's fine right now, but when the leaves come back, it won't get any sun there where it is.
I kind of figured that might be.
Is there any schedule for like a sweep?
Yes, I talked to David White a few weeks ago and I think he's trying to plan on being here at the end of the month, maybe beginning of May. And then next week will be, he asked us to do some sweeping ourselves, like at the intersections and stuff, because there's so much this year from all the extra snow we had there. So soon.
And Nick, just so I can add a little something for that salt and stuff there, I was talking a little bit with those guys down there. I know who the new guys coming in, but he also advised that, I don't know if you're aware of this, but right now in 2025, there's new legislation is going through where they're gonna have even private contractors, let alone the municipalities, doing for the salt, for training and certification. I don't know if you'll be aware of that. This is only in the making. It's not law yet. But then they're gonna also, you'll have to keep a record of purchase applications. It's gonna be, I think, that hasn't gone through yet, but it's just something we gotta think about down the road when we do our salt. It's gonna be a lot of
Fun times.
times, yes.
Same thing.
So,
I also wanted,
if I
I wanted
may,
to ask. Go ahead, Joel.
I'm sorry, just to clarify on the salt sheds, both salt sheds are on our property. The shared agreement in 1997, they didn't have room on their property to build salt sheds, so they agreed that they build them on our property, but we would have use of one and they'd use the other. That's the agreement.
Perfect.
That's perfect.
I did want to ask about, does anybody know about the blinking lights above the stop signs here on Cross Street?
I noticed it was missing.
Well, it's broken. So I don't know, do they have to be there? Is that something we have to have?
They
No,
were put in
No.
when there were many, many stop sign violations and people
right,
did not, or claimed they did not see that stop sign.
So here's the thing, is we cannot get the batteries to get the old one going, and a new one costs $900. Do you want me to get a new one for $900, or would you like me to remove the other one from the other stop sign?
We don't have insurance for that. Was it hit? You know, anybody know if it got hit?
Deductible.
Oh.
So, okay, so
Good try.
can we move the one from Railroad Street to Cross Street? Because I believe it's the Cross Street stop sign that people run more frequently, or give a call to Trevor Colby and get input from the sheriff's deputies that are here as to which one they think is, if we can only have one, and what their opinions are on it. They're the ones that are,
If we could move that one to that intersection there, I think that'd help.
Just move it from here to there.
no, the one Railroad Street is working. The one on Cross Street is
Move
gone,
it from Railroad Street to
Cross Street, because that's the one that hides more, I think. The other one is the only sign there. But I would run it by Trevor and get his opinion. I would run it by Trevor and go with what the law enforcement says.
to ask him if he can get through a community policing grant.
we bought those with a grant. When we originally bought those, they were bought with a grant. You've really got your money's worth out of those things. We've had those things forever and they had never had to replace anything.
Maybe he can
Whether
get
they
them
do
again.
anything, whether they actually accomplish anything is unknown. People, we did everything we could to keep the people from getting tickets by Teddy Miller. We were trying to just let everybody know. And so we put those things up, but you know, it's interesting. I was down in south some other state and I saw stop signs that had lighting all around the edges, flashing
that's
lights
the-
all around the edges.
The new
I don't-
ones are like that.
We don't really have the problem so much anymore. Nobody's sitting there at that intersection waiting to give people tickets for rolling stops through a stop sign. So if you wanted to get rid of them, I don't think it'd make much difference. But if you have one that works, hey, move it.
What do you guys want me to do?
I say move it, put it on Main Street or Cross Street there. I mean, if you're coming up from the Beehive, you got a pretty good opening view of all the roads here. Just coming up between the buildings, Gillettes and Three Branches, you know, it's tight through there. So if they see that flashing, it might a little better than nothing. So let's move that.
Move
Okay.
it, move it.
And then
Yeah.
we'll hold up on the other one for now. Like Joel said, you know, that was just for Teddy.
A few years ago.
Yeah. So let's do that.
Cool. All right.
Okay, anything else in the road department, or are we moving on to the wastewater treatment facility credit line renewal?
Trying to think. The boys went around and fixed, I think, all the mailboxes that were down winter and all the street signs for now. And
Perfect,
Good job.
all right.
Equipment looks
Thank you,
nice
Nick.
too.
Perfect. All
thank
right.
you.
Thank you, guys.
So we have a wastewater treatment facility credit line renewal.
Correct.
And
Our-
that document is in your packet. And
Yeah.
Mike's gonna give us an update.
You're right, right. Took this line of credit out last year. It's what we have to use to fund the construction of the wastewater treatment plant. And we had to do it last year because they thought we were going to construction last year, which we of course did not. And we are going to construction now, but that line has to renew every year. So we only owed $500 in interest, which we will get back from the USDA loan when we get to that point. But basically we're using it right now as a line of credit because we have to, everything that we get back on the wastewater treatment facility is a reimbursement grant. So we have to put the money out, then apply and get the money reimbursed. So we're using it that way now. At some point in the future, we'll stop actually getting reimbursements and we'll run that credit line up to 2.145 million because that's what our USDA loan amount is going to be. But we have to prepay all of that. And then they will make a loan and pay it all off. And then we'll have the permanent loan on the wastewater treatment facility from USDA. So that's how that will work. So right now you won't see much of a balance beyond there more than 30 or 60 days, depending on how quick the state is at reimbursing. But in the future, you will see that thing go up to over $2 million, but it'll be short term.
What's the story with the construction permit?
Pardon? I couldn't hear what you said.
What's the story with the construction permit now?
Oh, the construction permit. Yeah, I mean, we have to reapply for one, but it's not going to hold anything up because that's for the building, which they won't start till later this summer. It's sludge removal first. So, we're
Okay.
proceeding
Apply
with
for
that.
one.
You know, we didn't really realize that wasn't something that we really realized needed to be reapplied for, but we're going to have to now.
If I'm not saying it will, but if something happens where the specs are different from, you know, how things change year to year, is that going to hold it up at all?
I don't think so. There's not anything that I don't believe there's anything in the actual construction of the building that was changed from last year to this year. So I think we'll be fine on that. The things that they changed when we rebid were mostly kind of cosmetic stuff that, you know, we could live without, or actually most of it we ended up putting back in because the bid came in where it all
Right.
fit back in because it wasn't a big enough savings to drop it out.
Right, okay.
Because they talked about switching the siding from metal to vinyl. Well, it was like $30,000. Well, when you're talking about a $8 million facility, why are you going to pick a cheaper product to put on that $8 million facility?
Yeah.
Any other questions? And
So you guys have to
I
make a motion to do all
get,
that.
can I get a motion to approve signing of the bond anticipation borrowing line of credit from Community National Bank in the amount of $2.2 million to facilitate the construction of the town's wastewater treatment facility upgrade?
I second it.
No, can I get?
Yeah, I'll make a motion. I'll make
So
that
Dean's
motion.
making the motion, Mike's seconding it. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, now you need signatures here.
Now this is the one that we all have to sign.
Yeah, you've got more than one. So, your signatures go right here, starting down the line.
We're getting
I
you
was gonna
some
go and
sticky
edit that
notes
'cause I
that
was
say
like,
sign
there's
here.
5 board members. They put 4 lines, but I was like, oh, Jean's not there, so she don't have to sign.
Don't matter.
See, this is why we sit closer. I
Well,
guess my theory of getting that end of the table
just throw it at me.
is not going to work. Paper airplanes? Thank you.
Oh, more?
No more? No more papers?
Not yet.
Okay, we'll let everybody sign those and then I am going to move the town manager search update into the executive session because there's some things that do need to be discussed that would put us at a disadvantage if we discuss them in public. So we'll put that underneath the executive session. And then we have overweight permits.
Do you want to do your updates?
We have permits.
One,
We have one overweight permit for
excavation plot.
excavation plus. Can I get a motion to have me sign that permit?
That's the
And can I get a second?
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
This fails, it comes out of my grandkids' inheritance, does that work?
Handing that one back to you,
Thank you.
Trace.
Up here.
Okay, so we have, next up are the pay orders. So welcome aboard. These are the pay orders. We have to sign them in order for Teresa to pay bills. When you get them, you can go through them and ask her any questions. Do we need a motion to sign? We don't need a motion to sign these things. There's Mike's packet.
Okay. Hopefully the fuel's we're done with it, go down on fuel a little bit.
So,
We still got it last we bought was $3 a gallon.
We're locked in at $3.
Oh, that's, you got locked in. Okay, I was gonna say, I just got mine. It was $2.92, I think.
First half of the year, we saved
Yeah.
quite a bit of
Oh,
money.
yeah.
Yeah,
Pre-buy. I
it
think
never
was
actually
three-
drops until the spring when you're done.
Yeah, exactly. I think the pre-buy I got was from well, supply was $3.57. So I said, nah, I'm gonna take a chance.
That's kind of what I did too. Make me a copy of that.
Mhm.
And I'll call you tomorrow. There's- $35. I want $35.
Well, it's not really what it is.
No, it really is.
No, it's not. We get a credit on the bill
Get a
and then
credit.
we have to pay the solar people for 90% of what they credit the bill.
That's what my electric bill used to be a couple years ago. You know, when I didn't work from home and wasn't at home all the time. Kind of changes when you're home.
This is the warrant. Here's the invoices. Those figures.
I haven't actually signed it. Hold on, Mike.
That's okay. I'm gonna get up, stretch my legs. I've been.
Do you wanna go for it? You wanna go for a jog?
No. I'm having a hard time in the morning just getting started,
So what we had to pay
walking now.
this meeting, because these are the bills.
Well,
It's time to get warm and.
Come join us. Come join us on the Henshaw. You can get dive
Where you
bombed.
guys up there?
You can get dive bombed by woodcock.
How far do you go? Just
Tim Morris's right now. When it dries out, we'll go all the way up to the top of the tee.
good. It's a good walk, man.
Fun walk. Lots of critters. Morning, it was coyotes and no bear prints yet. That's a good sign.
Because it's still too cold and snowing.
No, they're out. They're out of
Wow.
hibernation. They're out and roaming around.
Whoops, I forgot Heather didn't have that one first.
It's got 3 signatures. It's doable, but I like to look at them.
Hmm?
279, that's cheap enough. Yeah, I was just looking at signatures. I'm like, wow.
Nick was one of them.
Like, I'm guessing that's an N with a couple squiggles
Yeah.
around it.
That's gas for
I figured that.
Yeah.
It's just a signature I'm not used to seeing.
Here you go, William.
Thank you. You're welcome. I forgot to go up to the updates.
Michael, that treatment project, that starts, you said that starts in May?
Yeah, mid-May is what, when I talked to
then
Laura
that's-
yesterday, that's what she said, mid-May is what they're
And that,
shooting for.
and it's gonna be done in April?
No, probably May of next year.
No, I
12
mean, a
months.
year, but I mean,
Yeah.
that's pretty quick,
But they're-
isn't it?
Yeah, that's they've got a hard schedule. They're planning to move on with it. They want to be under roof with the new building in December so they can work on the inside all winter.
Oh,
If we're lucky enough that they actually can hit that, it'll save us money. Because on the engineering side, we have to pay for a person to be on site every day that they're there working. And if we shorten that up by 5 months, that saves us $250 an hour. So it's a considerable savings if we can get it to come in early like that.
And room and board too.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's the job we all want. You want to be the RPR, you sit around and you watch them, everybody else work, and you get paid a huge salary. And well, I don't think he gets it all, but the engineering firm makes a lot of money off of it.
Usually I can figure that thing out. Can't figure it out.
What do you want?
Straight. Okay. We'll let Bruce get through that one, and then I'll go to the ones that I forgot to skip. I always forget the updates.
Two of the three are real quick and easy.
Yep.
Unless there's a line of people that want to be a CUD representative.
That one I already got. We're good. We got all the ones we need on that. So we're going to go to the updates, which is starting with the CUD, which is the Communications Urban
Union District.
Why do I always want to go with urban on that?
We're not
Union.
urban.
I know, that's why I can't
Or
figure out
urban.
why I would want to go to urban. So the Communication Union District representative appointment. So it's the same people that have been on it for a number of years. We have to appoint you guys each year. Is that what it is?
Every year, it's required by statute.
So we currently have Mike Straight as our town's primary representative, and James Ozone is the alternative representative. So are there any questions?
What is it?
The communications, they're the ones that are bringing
CUD.
broadband to everybody.
Right.
Okay.
So if I can get somebody to make a motion to appoint Mike Straight as the town's primary representative and James Ozone as the town's alternate representative to the governing board for the NEKCV Communications Union District.
Make the motion. I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, next up is, I got a sign. This person. Yep. Getting a stamp. Okay, so the Random Vale road naming. So Random Vale is in some places written as one word, in some places written as two words. And they would like us to affirm that it would like to be one word, Random Vale, in order to make sure that the E911 stuff is all up to date with the signs and all of that. So any
The
questions?
signs and everything are already one word. It's the state that has it wrong. And so Jonah needs the state to fix it, but they won't fix it unless you affirm that it is one word.
But it does say one word.
It's one word.
Yeah.
Let's so be it.
So can I get someone to make a motion to affirm that Random Vale is one word and the name of Random Vale Road for the town of Brighton?
I'll make the motion.
Second? Bill,
That was easy.
all in favor?
I know.
Aye.
Jonah
Okay.
said, they wouldn't take it unless the select board said it was one word.
Wow.
One word, one
Yeah, I know. I
word.
was like, okay, whatever.
Sometimes I gotta shake my head. So we have library staffing discussion.
That was Mike. Actually asked
That
me
was
to put that
Mike.
on there and I forgot. I
Well,
sent the thing
I don't know.
ready
Is
to
that
Katie.
something, Michael, do you think that's something should be done in executive? Because I'd rather just talk to the board also. I did face to face, but I'd like to, I'd rather kind of have discussion first to get the board's feeling. What do you think?
It could be because you are going to be, if it would be affecting somebody's salary. So it is until you've made a decision to change that. Once you make the change, you would have to make the change in public session. But to discuss it, I would assume you probably could discuss it because it is
If it's okay, I'd like
specific to
wait
a
till
couple
we-
of different employees, what you want to change.
Yeah, we'd like to wait till executive, please.
Okay, then I guess we're on to other business.
Approved minutes.
Oh, approve them. I checked it off accidentally. We have to approve the minutes of the meeting of April 2nd and the meeting of April 4th. And everybody should have received these by email. You'll get them in the future. Are there any questions or changes that need to get made? If not, I will take a motion to approve the minutes of April 2nd and the minutes of April 4th.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of April 2nd and April 4th
And a second,
as written.
and all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Now we're at other business, right?
You
Yes.
are.
Any other business? Nobody has any other business, then I will take a motion that we enter into executive session in order to discuss confidential personnel matters with the interim town manager and under the provision of Title 1, Section 313 of the Vermont statutes, find that premature public knowledge would substantially disadvantage the town. Can I get that motion?
I move that motion.
And a second.
Second.
And all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, so I will write this down when we leave. Yep, right, leave it on your desk
On my desk, yep.
with your pen, because I keep stealing your pen.
Yeah, and we don't
You
expect
guys-
any decisions to come out of, when we come out, I don't think there's any decisions you guys will be making.
If we do, we'll write them down.
Right, but because we probably won't restart the recording, you should tell people not to expect. Because
Oh,
there's
okay.
nothing that we're gonna discuss that's really a decision for tonight, you know, it's
Team
personnel
completely
matters. It's
disappeared
not-
there
it's
for a
not-
second.
It's not making a decision.
Yeah, I
to
got a
do-
phone call.
Good night.
Hi,
Night,
Joel.
Joe. Thank you.
Second meeting in May. Yeah, I will. Second meeting in May. I'll be the 21st. We'll put them on. Hey, Mike, are we done recording?
Oh, we can be. Yep, I forgot. Thank you for reminding me to stop.